Scott86's Monster Mash!
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Scott86's Top 10 Most Rare and Obscure, Almost Forgotten About Horror Films of the 80s and the 90s. Number 10, The Blob. Yeah, this movie was fucking scary as shit whenever I was a kid. It's basically about the scientist experiment that goes wrong. It's this giant blob that just goes around and starts eating people. And every person that it eats, it gets bigger and bigger. It's pretty fucking awesome. Check it out. Number 9, Night of the Comet. Yeah, this is a pretty awesome movie that I didn't really see till probably the early 90s. It came out in the 80s, but it was a great horror film. It's basically a movie about this girl that works at a movie theater with her boyfriend. They fuck and have sex inside of the movie theater while the comet hits and basically just turns everybody into dust. And whenever she comes out of the movie theater the next morning, all the streets are dead and it looks like a ghost town. Pretty awesome. Definitely check it out. Number 8, Basket Case. It's basically about this guy that carries around a basket. The thing of it is, his twin brother or his mutated brother is inside the basket the whole time and he kills people. It's fucking crazy. Number 7, The Video Dead. This is a pretty awesome horror movie. It's just one of those classic films that I can't ever forget. This kid moves into a house, finds out that there's this weird TV upstairs that randomly just spawns zombies for some reason, and they come out of the TV and kill people. It's pretty fucking epic. Definitely check it out. Number 6, 976 Evil. 976 Evil was definitely one of those movies that I really loved whenever I was a kid. It had Evil Ed from Fright Night in it. And it was just basically about this kid that he's kind of a nerd, you know, and he gets bullied around a lot in school and everything. There's all these fucking assholes always messing with him and shit, dunking his head in the toilet. It's pretty fucked up. But then he finds out about this hotline, and he calls it, and it gives him these, evil superpowers, basically. He basically gets possessed by a demon, some kind of a demon, and he has his revenge on all those fucking bullies that fucked with him in the past. It's pretty fucking intense. Probably, in most people's opinion, not the best horror movie ever. It's definitely a forgotten gem for sure. Number 5, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah, I know I already did a review of this movie last year on Deck the Halls, but here's a short one for you. There's a boy named Billy, and he goes to see his grandfather, his crazy grandfather, and he tells him that if he's not good, basically Santa Claus is going to kill him and his family on Christmas. It's a pretty twisted movie. It's a Christmas movie, Christmas/horror flick. Definitely a great 80s horror movie. Hey, if you like Santa Claus killing people, definitely check it out. Number 4, Nightbreed. This is one of those movies that had some really good horrific atmosphere. It was basically about this guy, and he went into this other world where there was demons and stuff, and then he ends up turning into a monster himself. It's pretty fucking badass.
Number 3,
Zombie Nightmare. This is a pretty good movie. If you like brutal zombie movies, definitely check this one out because it's pretty fucking awesome. The shit that they do in there, the special effects, it's all great. Check it out, Zombie Nightmare. Number 2, Mirror Mirror. Yeah, Mirror Mirror. This was one of the fucking craziest offsetting movies that I ever saw. It just made me feel really uneasy as a kid. It's basically a movie about kind of like Video of the Dead where the kid finds the TV in the attic. In this movie, this chick finds this old dusty mirror in her attic. But little does she know that the mirror is possessed by a demon. It's a movie about alienation. It's about this gothic chick, and she comes to a new school, you know, she just moved into a new house. She doesn't really fit in with anybody because she's always wearing all black, and she's got black lipstick on, and she's kind of a misfit, you know, she doesn't really fit in with the rest of the crowd. But that's all about to change as soon as the mirror starts to step in to help her out a little bit. Pretty much gets possessed by the mirror, and it makes her kill a bunch of people. And at the end of the movie, the mirror just basically kills her. It's a really epic movie. It's pretty obscure. Not a lot of people know about it. I definitely recommend that you check it out. It was like I think it came out in like 1991 or 2. It was definitely a 90s horror film, but it was one of the first 90s horror films, and it was pretty damn badass. So check it out, Mirror Mirror. And for my number 1 top 10 most rare, most obscure, almost forgotten about horror film of the 1980s, because it is a 1980 flick, came out in 1986, number 1 spot goes to Night of the Creeps. Night of the Creeps, what can I say? Oh man, I grew up with this movie. I watched it so much as a kid growing up, but Night of the Creeps was just a badass fucking zombie movie. There was nothing like it. The way that the people turned into zombies was awesome and very creative. It had awesome characters, awesome fucking bad guys in it. I mean, not bad guys, but the jock asshole guys were good actors. Everything was just on par. It was definitely a great horror film. Whenever the movie starts, it's actually like in the 60s or something, and it shows a flashback of whenever the first person got injected with the zombie virus. Basically what happens is there's these 2 people sitting in a car out on some point just overlooking the stars, and all of a sudden they see a shooting star. And the guy, he's like, manly man, I have to go find it, so he drives over there and he goes and finds it. He goes to the spot where the shooting star hit the ground, and what he discovers is so grisly, so horrific. This giant slug goes into his mouth, works its way up to his brain, and that's where it incubates. You basically just walk around like a mindless zombie. Your head explodes, and 12, 13, 25 slugs, whatever, what have you, come pouring out of your head to create more zombies. The movie stars these 2 guys, and they're in a college, they're kind of nerdy, nobody really likes them. One of them's crippled. The crippled guy, the dude on the crutches, he figures out what the cause is of the zombies, but by the time he figures out what the cause is of the zombies, it's too late. He falls down in a bathroom. The slug things are just going across the floor, and one of them goes into his mouth. That's the end of him, basically, And the whole movie just basically ends with the other main character, the redhead guy, and his prom date, basically fighting off zombies with flamethrowers and lawnmowers. It's pretty fucking awesome. I remember it like it was yesterday watching that movie whenever I was a kid. Everything to the aliens in the spaceship dropping the thing off, dropping the slugs off the spaceship. One of my most favorite lines besides "Thrill Me," he runs a zombie over with the lawnmower and he says, "Later, dude." It's pretty awesome. And then you got the guy from Halloween 3 up in there. Just badass. He's a detective in this movie, and he has so many one-liners, it's ridiculous. I mean, all I can say is, if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. There's heads exploded, people getting set on fire. This shit is fucking badass. There was no other zombie movie like it, and especially the way that they turned into zombies, it was sheer genius. Alright, you guys, well, there you go, there you have it. Scott86 with Scott86's most rare and obscure horror gems of the 1980s and the 1990s. Until next time, I'll see y'all on the next episode of Monster Mash. Good night.
Scott86's Monster Mash!